Hello, my dear brothers and sisters. I hope you are doing fine. Today, we are going to continue our introductory to inspiration economy course module, which is the basic module that introduce you to the MSc and PhD programs or postgraduate programs in general, and the idea of inspiration economy in our programs in CS or around the world. Now, let me start with some examples of cases which formed the inspiration economy theory. As I told you before, is that we develop most of our theories from the field, and we actually managed to bring lots of contribution to the world. We hope so, through being on the field and being involved with the field in general. Now, the case studies here are the early case studies. There are more than 600 case studies today that we have published about. But the early case studies was relevant to different areas of the world. We started with Bahrain because I am from Bahrain. We did labs with the government. And then we moved to establishing some cases in Slovenia and then in Bosnia. And then we spread throughout the world. So you'll see many of these cases are around that region, which is Slovenia and Bosnia. It was in 2015. One of the cases was about exploring new economic ways to raise the level of women community impact in the advancement of women in the society, where the services of women advancement can be really more impactful than, of course, when we focus on women empowerment. And this was through, of course, different programs that we ensured that women are, at the end of the day, they create an outcome in the community to make women, for example, more impactful in their community. And not just to train women, not to give them only skills, but to give them actually a type of tangible deliveries that lead to creating major changes in the community. So what we did actually in this case study, it was a project that we did it over 3 to 4 months, where we first assist a social women association in Bihać in northern of Bosnia, and how they provide the programs to empower women. And as I told you, always inspiration economy looks at development, not empowerment. So we focus on the funding that they get from the embassies from around the world and from their beneficiaries, which is focused on languages and customs. Customs, I mean tailoring and so on. And then, of course, we focused on how this high volume training of women, a lot of women come through this large organization, which is spread all over actually Bosnia. They focus on skill-based program. But what is the outcome of this program? That was measured. And it was measured only by how many women has completed the program, not how many women has started to do projects from this program. So we find out that, for example, many women, and this is the problem, always we state the problem and then restate the problem. This is the way we approach any solution in inspiration economy. Many women actually migrate after taking the program. So if they are studying German, for example, they'll go to Germany. If they're studying French, they'll go to France, and so on. Because Bosnia have a lot of migration from youth, especially, and families in general, because they feel that it's not a stable country. So for any woman, actually, to deliver change in its community, it needs to be not only graduating women, but it should be graduating from a goal. The goal is that they will create a change in their community. not to migrate and not to. So we realign the goal, and this was one of the requirements for taking a new beneficiaries for any program in this community. Beside, of course, we wanted to make sure is that the productivity of these women is will raise the total human capital productivity in that region. The idea of any program that we do is always we change the mindset. Changing the mindset means that we focus not on the supply versus demand, but on the capacity versus demand. And this is something that is inspiration economy. You'll see in most of our case studies, we focus on a human-related capacity development, which means we focused here in this case study on transformation to programs that advance the country and that will help the women to be social entrepreneurs, to be business entrepreneurs, to be change agents, to be NGO leaders, and so on. Beside, it bring changes in the women advancement in general. The respect for women will be more because they participate in their community a lot, and they will be leading actually in certain areas in their community. Now, the other case study was about increasing the revenue of the camel wool carpets, and this was done in Mauritania. Mauritania is, as you know, it's a country that have many actually camels, and the people there are, the poverty is a lot, of course, in that country. So always when we do any project, we focus on how we can bring better return to the quality of life of the people in the villages, especially, and of course also in the urban areas. So I was actually involved with one of the factories in Nouakchott, which is the capital of Mauritania, and this factory was bought by women, so we wanted to support them. But we not bought by the women from the government. It's a large factory, but the factory is based on machines, which is weaving machine, hand weaving machine for carpets, like this one, like this lady is working on. And we noticed that this factory productivity is very low. Their sales are very low, and their marketing is very low. Beside, they are punishing, the workers, the women workers, because they do lots of mistakes because of their condition, because of the heat, and so on. So they take from their salary when they do mistakes, so they to avoid, so that they encourage them not to do mistakes and so on. But we, as I told you always, that inspiration economy focus on around people. So, for example, this lady or this lady or this lady was our focus, and they are the ones that is we focus around them, and we studied their cases. I mean, their social and socio-economic cases. They come from poor villages. They come and stay in the factory for about 3 to 4 weeks, and then they go for 2 weeks on leave in their village. They leave their children behind, and the salary is very low, very low. So what we did, we said, why we have actually a factory and the supervisors and so on, and then the workers, and then we produce. Why don't we produce from the source? Producing from the source means that sorry, it is in Arabic, but it's here, it's written about the village number one, village number two, village number three, and so on. Why don't we produce from the source, and we take a model for 5 or 4 villages, and each village will have at least 3 families will be responsible for one machine. So you see now we re-engineered everything around the person. Okay, so the person is our opportunity. It is instead of seeing the person as a problem, like the factory was seeing, because they said their capacity is low, productivity is low, but they are the ones who knows about it. We reinvent actually the way we approach things. No, they have a capacity, they have a know-how, very high know-how. They are the ones, they are the left ones now that they know how to do or how to deal with creating a good camel wool, okay, like the old ones, which is highly needed, especially in the West, because the West is appreciate more the eco products. or organic based products and so on, and can be sold in better prices, of course. So we said these ladies will be the entrepreneurs. They are the ones who will go to the villages that we mentioned about these 4 villages, and they were gonna create their own cluster. There will be a family, and there it will be like a family business. The lady will go there, she will train her children or her family, and then some of the family, some of the girls from the village, okay, and we will give them this machine, and we'll give them the wool for 2 carpets, so that they can start their business. At the same time, this village and this village and this village and this village and this village will have at least 3 families that is producing, and these villages they can start to create what we call ecotourism. So there'll be a tour for ecotourism, and instead of people going and sitting, especially those coming from outside Mauritania, especially Western people, Arab people, whoever, or Africans, they can go and see this small factory at home, and they can be it can be a source for income for these ladies, not only selling these carpets to the factory only. The target was that we show the factory, and the products will be better. The products, the wool products, will be better if it is produced from these people, and they feel the ownership, and they feel that they are the businesswoman. And this is what happened. That each one of these ladies became one of these actually family business owners, because they own the machine, they own the wool, okay, and they started to produce. Either they sell it directly at their own, they sell the product, or they have also the choice to sell to the factory, and the factory have the priority, of course, in getting a product from them at least once or twice per month. So this created a change, a total change, because we solved in this problem, we solved not only the factory problem, but these people problem, the laborers, and this was only a sample. And we solved also, and we brought income for the full families. And we made sure that the training of creating organic camel wool carpets stays within the village, stays within the country. It does not, let's say, evaporate after these people are gone, because many of them are old ladies. So the hand weaving carpet factory, as I said, it was about the women association. We wanted to show the women association, and they can approach, and they can improve their marketing, and we focus on the helping them in marketing also after re-engineering of their factory. The association funding can be now less, because they don't have to pay for the labor and so on. Even the wool can be bought from them. They only will buy the product, and they focus on actually selling the products to the world from based on it is made, and each product will be made by a story. And we stopped with actually a project that they wanted to do automation of the factory. They asked for African Development Bank and Arab Development Bank to help them to get the approval for automation of the factory. But this is, of course, was the wrong idea. We always say either we do things right, okay, or we do the right things. Okay, so first of all, we should do the right thing. The right thing is that this is an organic product. It's supposed to be hand weaved. It's supposed to be done by women. It's supposed to carry a story, and this was not supposed to done by machines. Because if we want to maintain a good price, or we get a good price for it, otherwise we'll be in competition with Chinese made market carpets and other carpets, which is made by factories. So always when we study a problem, we study the social problem, we study the economic problem, and then we study also the environmental problem. And instead, we said, okay, so this is now the inspiration-based thinking. We have camels. Mauritania is full of camels. This is a country that have many villages that they are pride about their camels ownership and so on. And their wool is very famous wool, because it's very hot, and the wool of the camel will be better when it is very hot or very cold during the winter. It is a desert weather. Now there are many villages that have women that are working on the factory, and many women are unemployed in the villages. So, and many girls are maybe also not going to education, unfortunately. So through this program, we'll ensure that girls go to the education because they will be supported by their families. At the same time, they'll be also having a skill of how to do a wool carpet, taking it from their parents. And then we started to actually bring as I said, the product or the machines to the village, and the village started to be a family business. And of course, we reduced the issue of any potential automation, supporting that the carpets will be done by hand and will be produced to the betterment of the society. So as we said, after supplying each village with a hand weaving machine and also a bile for producing at least 1 or 2 carpets, then we started to have the villages to be eco villages, where when you visit this village, you'll see that there is a training, there is a team leader, there are girls that is benefiting from that because they work after school. Going to school is the requirement becomes. The girls will become ambitious to be also a businesswoman, like the model they are seeing in front of them. And of course, we are producing competitive products made from handmade and organic material. Besides, it comes with a story that's carrying about the family, about how they're trying to eliminate poverty or stay out of poverty or fighting poverty and so on. And this is where, again, as I said, inspiration economy work best. And this is what we say about the inspiration currency. I think I'll stop here and continue with you, hopefully next time. But I think this is a very important case study. Please feel free to ask if you feel that you are missing something in these two case studies. Thank you very much.